Hey, it's your boy T Duck, aka Quack Root for the Lazy Street Code True. How have you this evening, man? I was over there trying to make amends, be at peace with the drunken barber, but I see he not about to let nothing go, man. It is what it is, though, and thanks for everybody coming out. When you come in, make sure you hit the like. Yeah, the whole thing is I changed my name to Defense Mechanism because that's all that ranting and raving Rob Wack is doing is pretty much just that. It's a defense mechanism. Whenever he feels overwhelmed, pressured, scared, or high anxiety, he goes into that because he knows that will make people like turn around and leave him alone. He's not in no way, shape, or form ready to physically do anything. He just wants to live. He just wants to have sex with a whole bunch of women, something he couldn't do earlier in his life. I mean, it's so many telltale signs. He double talks. He embellishes stories. He basically, takes ownership of things that he never bought, and tries to use them to influence other people to make them believe that he's some type of tough guy and things of that nature. But we know that's furthest from the truth. Ain't that right? Waxster. Yeah, he just a waxster. That's a defense mechanism. And him and Factavius is right now trauma bonding. He did slip up the other day and said that Octavius gave him keys to the church. But then, after stating that, he then goes on to say how he wants to put someone's nose in his booty, and he tried to clean it up. And then he went to say that, what was it? Put a thing in his booty. But I mean, that just goes to show this is a guy who's trying to fake it till he make it. He really don't want no smoke. He really don't want to have a conversation. I think he's really intimidated by many of the content creators that he tries to go into a linguistic soiree, if you don't mind me saying so. I think he has trouble formulating his words properly when it gets to a certain point in conversation, and that's when a defense mechanism kicks in, and he resorts to saying all the outrageous stuff that he says. But he has to be accountable for that. But it's impossible to make someone who gets everything from someone else accountable. He's been a leech all his life. You know what I'm saying? He trauma bonds people to him. He talks about how his mother passed. Well, his mother had him at 43. I don't think she should have been, I mean, people get it in that late in the game, but to get pregnant that late in the game, and he said his father was 38 at the time. Neither one of them were very substantial in his life. His sister had to practically raise him. So with that, there's a lot of no men really, to speak of in his life. So you got to deal with that issue there. He was always one of the girls. He used to suck his thumb. Like, we'll be playing sports. And I mean, things changed. Mind you, I'm talking about elementary school. We would be playing sports. This guy is, sucking his thumb around the girls playing double dutch and jump rope. Like, he was that guy. Not to say things have changed, but not so much so that, you can't really pinpoint that this dude is really in need of help. He has been, he has professionalized, I would say, as far as even mastered or got his PhD in victimhood. Woe is me. I didn't have my mother like you. I didn't have my father like you. My father abused me in the sense of putting drugs on me when I was young. He had me wearing cowboy boots when, particularly, that's a Latin thing. He had me thinking stuff that wasn't cool was cool. He abandoned me and my mother, had two other children, And, uh, his untimely demise left all these women with just the responsibility of trying to raise these chip boys. And then his mother passed because, rightfully so. I mean, she was up there when she had it. And condolences to both his parents. I'm not trying to make this about his parents or attack his parents. I'm just saying he has never really been presented with a time where he had to be accountable, because everybody always felt sorry for him. So even though he was a friendly giant, he never got the recognition or the praise or the respect that he thought he should have. He really like, this dude collected all those wrestlers. Like, he was into collecting like GI Joes, wrestlers, getting a WWF belt. Like, he was that guy. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't outside like trying to make stuff happen, needed to make stuff happen. Any real trapper knows you don't trap where you lay your head at. And when he's held accountable for things, he fails. That's why he's no longer in barbershops, because they hold him accountable, and they get rid of him when they see he can't be held accountable. He has an excuse for everything. And that's the temperament of a child. I have children, I know. So just think of me to come on here and see someone acting like a child. A child telling me, a grown man, but in a child mind, telling me what he's going to do to harm my family, everything. No, you just want me to go away because you stepped in something you can't handle. You're overwhelmed. You're getting emotional. Your head is hurting. Your heart is pacing. You can't figure out, why now are people making a mockery of me? Why are people laughing at him? You slip up. You have so many Freudian slips. You, I'm uncomfortable now. I need reassurance. Show me some love. That's what you used to tell the women, right? You used to call Cat. Dang, he really got into me today. I need you to comfort me. This disdain and this hatred for me is not for me. You know what I'm saying? You just personifying it to be me. But this hatred and everything is for your lack or your ability to be accountable and be a man for once in your life. You still dependent upon people at 40 something years old. You still under someone's roof at 40 something years old. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should work on getting your own rather than being a sex symbol. I'm just saying. Some people do grown up things and some people never grow up. Which car you want to be in? So all this talk, somebody's jealous of him. There's nothing to be jealous of. I'm content with all the Most High has blessed me with. There's nothing to be mad about. There's no need to chase him around. It makes no sense. You coming into places and circles where I'll be. What's up, Terry? Good to see you, big bro. Um, you come into areas and stuff, like, I don't have a problem like with you like today, but it is you who can't do a stream without mentioning my name. Why? Because you're boring without mentioning my name. You know I'm not going to attack you to a point and make myself look bad. So, I mean, I'm just the perfect target, right? No, I'm not gangster. No, I'm not into none of that. No, I'm a man. I have responsibilities that I tend to day in and day out. I don't need people to feel sorry for me. I don't need people to donate to me. If I need something, I'm going to go out and get it, or I'm going to learn. I'm going to do something other than what you do is cry and boo hoo. And I mean, that's entertaining to people, a train wreck. Like, people like the train wreck. But think about the burden he's placing on his family. Think about how influential he is to the children around him when they see him drunken and drunk day in and day out, just yelling at people, uh, drinking Evans and Williams, and just running amok. on YouTube. Remember, he is the main one disrespecting black women, but he's trying to rebrand himself because he thinks he has a chance to be in the black or beef sector. But they're not dealing with him. So Tracy is using that to her advantage. And what he is thinking he's going to accomplish, because no one's mad about him, no one cares about him, no one thinks about him in the like he wants to. If anything, like he wants people to do is feel bad for him. But I understand the situation, and I'm not gonna keep y'all here. I just wanted to get that out. Nobody's scared of him. The dude is harmless. He's basically a gentle giant with an alcohol problem, and he doesn't know. He's not. He doesn't know how to properly, be social. When he feels intimidated or scared, he goes into those rants to try to scare a person off. But he wouldn't do that in someone's face, so to say, nor would he actually, you know what I'm saying, take in on it. He's been watching Tracy for like 3 years now, and he basically idolized and studied her. And that's why she gravitated towards him, because before, when he was trying to be Mr. Hebrew Israelite, he was doing none of this and what he does now. But now, all of a sudden, after studying Tracy to a T, he is now the baby assassinator, the doxer, and all this stuff. So basically, he's easily influenced. If you could change your character over YouTube, shows that you have a lack of integrity and you are easily misled. But I mean, he was a Hebrew Israelite in the first place, so yeah. He was never really a Hebrew Israelite. Like, I know real Hebrew Israelites. He wasn't a Hebrew Israelite. He just needed some acceptance. He needed a family, because everybody in his family is telling him to do better. You talk about me going outside to talk, but you're literally talking out in a pool house outside the house. How do you not find that hypocritical? That makes absolutely no sense to me. A lot of the things y'all say, I just let slide and I don't bring it up. And I entertain it, because I mean, if he need to be YouTube famous in order to get out the people's house, I'm more concerned about the people he live with. Because the dude is unstable. And I mean, it just don't make a lot of sense of the things he do. He can't sit there and hold a conversation with me because he'll be exposed. Just like when he tried to ask to go into the when he tried to ask to go into the pool and they said no. But I mean, daddy do these calls, so y'all take care and y'all stay blessed. Make sure y'all hit that like before y'all leave out. Make sure y'all share it and subscribe it. Once again, this is new Eric Kane. And let's get these numbers up. Let's get these subscribers going. And I'll be bringing more content.